If you like properties with a lot of natural light and huge windows, you're going to love this property. So the story about this property is it was actually on the market in December. It's been on the market for 5 days now. So we're now at the end of October, but it was on the market in December, and it went into escrow in January, and it fell out of escrow in February. And it just recently got put on the market here at the end of October. So the reason why it fell out of escrow was because there was a dispute as to who had the right to sell the property. So the lady that owned the house unfortunately passed away. To my knowledge, not in the house. I spoke with one of the neighbors, and she said that she doesn't believe the former owner or the lady that owned the house had actually died in the property. But nevertheless, there was a dispute in regards to who had the right to sell the property. They had to get a court order to determine who was the rightful person to sell the property, and they now have that. So it's on the market. It's showing that it's been on the market for 5 days. So I'm going to show you the community and tell you a little bit about it. I'll show you the house, but I just wanted to give you the story to the property so you have an idea of what's going on. So it's in the Summit Court community in Anaheim Hills. It's part of an HOA, and the HOA amount is $471. So if you're the type of person that has a lot of friends or guests, you have nothing to worry about in terms of parking here. And the reason why I say that is because parking is heavily enforced for guests. In fact, there's huge signs in the parking spots, and that I'll show you right now. So just to give you an idea now, this property I'm going to show you is a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a 2-car garage. That is the 2-car garage right there. But in regards to the guest parking, you can see here, this is guest parking, all these spots right here. And you can see that sign that it says guest parking only, parking enforced. Okay. So now one thing I want to let you know is this property has been priced at $829, and that's the price that it was priced at when it went into escrow in January. Now, if you look at this house right here, this house right there actually sold for $880,000 in April. Now, the biggest difference, and it's a model match to the subject property, which is right there, and I'll show you everything. I'll show you the backyard. But the biggest difference between that property and this one here that I'm going to show you is that one has a beautiful view of the hills, houses on the hills, and a little part of the city over there. So that house has a phenomenal view. The subject property doesn't really have a view. The view that it has is a view of the backyard. So let's take a look at the inside of the house. So because obviously it's a townhouse / condo, your front door is going to be right next to your neighbor's front door. And this is it right here. So let's take a look. So you have the staircase going up to the second level right here. Now, the best part about this house, in my opinion, is the huge glass windows all the way up to the ceiling. So you have a lot of natural light coming in, even right there. I mean, I think that looks really nice. But here's a look of at the floor plan as you're walking in. You have a better view here as I'm walking up the staircase. So it's an unusual floor plan. It's not an open floor plan, but you can see I say unusual because it goes like this as opposed to like just a rectangle. You have a bedroom and a bathroom downstairs, which is ideal for older people. So the lady that used to live in this property actually passed away, so she was elderly. In fact, the house itself smells kind of like grandma's house. It smells like a house that an old lady used to live in. And the design is kind of actually the design matches that as well. So you can see here the color combination is brown walls and green trim. And same thing here, you have the green backsplash, and you have the green carpet as well. Okay, so here is the bathroom that's downstairs. Now, you'll notice here, this is a 3/4 bathroom. And the reason why I say that is because it has everything but a tub. So it's considered a full bathroom if it has a tub, a shower, a sink, and a toilet. So this one has everything except for the tub. So this would be a 3/4 bathroom. Now, you also have laundry, and this is ideal for like a lot of people actually, whether you're older or you're younger and you have a lot of energy. I myself, I hate walking upstairs, but if you have everything downstairs, it makes it a lot more convenient. But you can see you have laundry here, and then you have direct access to your garage right here. Okay, so now this is a different view here I'm standing in the corner of the living room, and you have a fireplace with a different design there, the shiny brown look there around the fireplace. Okay, so this is the kitchen, and you can see here you have the brown countertops with the green backsplash. And now, what's really cool about this property is the backyard is actually pretty big. Now, if you take a look, you have a lot of room here. So if you want to entertain, have friends over, it's really peaceful back here. The neighborhood is very quiet as well. There's no riffraff in this neighborhood. This right here is a mini waterfall. It's just not turned on. Obviously the water just recycles like that. Now you have a different view here of the windows. So it goes all the way up, and over there you can see the windows as well. All right, and then you have this lattice patio cover. All right, so this is a different view of the kitchen as you're walking in from the backyard. So you have this rectangular cutout here in this wall as well. And this is actually awesome that it's here, because if this was not here, if it was just the wall, it would not be as attractive as this looks right here. I think this is a good idea. If you cannot indeed cut out this entire wall, which you might not be able to because of structural reasons. Okay, so let's walk upstairs and take a look. So you have the windows here as well. And you have windows in the lower part of the wall there, which is a little different. So you can see here. Okay, so you have views of the backyard from like up here. And this is the primary bedroom. So you can see here, and I'll show you the primary bathroom in just a moment, but this is the view of your backyard. Now, the other property across the way that I showed you that sold for $880 in April, this view for them is a beautiful view of the hills and houses on the hills and like the city. In fact, I think the city that you actually can see from the view is Yorba Linda. So let's take a look at the primary bathroom. This is it. Now, everything appears to be original here. Walk-in closet. You have another bathroom here. 3/4 bathroom. You have a sloped ceiling. And then over here, you have the third bedroom. So remember, you have the bedroom downstairs and the bathroom downstairs, the laundry is downstairs, and direct access to the garage. Upstairs, you have 2 other bedrooms and 2 other bathrooms. So this is a view of, I guess, the carports there from one of the bedrooms upstairs. And this is the full bathroom because it has a tub, shower, sink, and toilet. So that's the property. It's listed at $829. The model match with a view sold for $880 in April. We'll see what this sells for, and we'll keep an eye on it. Once it sells, I'll let you know what it sells for.